to your Daily Plant Pulse, a podcast-styled series rooted in my deep fascination with plants. Here, plants go through a plant pulse research protocol where we uncover fascinating insights from scientific studies and share them with you. All studies I review are sourced in the description. I'm not a doctor, just someone who loves to research plants and present what I find. Our 9-part series takes you from an introduction to the plant through amazing studies and even an occasional bonus episode. Be sure to check out our Plant Pulse playlist where all of our episodes on all plants will be. And when a plant profile review is complete, explore our Living Library playlist for an in-depth consolidated review. We dig deep into history, forgotten studies, and untold stories so plants can have a voice and their story can be told. Welcome to episode 7, where we explore the many ways plants can be prepared and used. We'll focus on 3 key takeaways: diverse preparation methods, understanding potency and safety considerations. Keep an eye out for extensions. Plant use is always evolving, and updates will appear as 7.1, 7.2, and so on for various plant species. So let's get digging. When working with Dioscorea yams, one of the most fascinating things to understand is how much their effects can vary depending on the part of the plant you're using, the state of preparation, and even the season they're harvested. Each factor changes what compounds you're actually working with and how potent your final extract will be. Let's start with plant parts because this is where the chemistry really tells the story. The roots and rhizomes are the real powerhouses. They're the primary sources of disogenin, a steroidal compound, saponin, which are the compounds most often linked to the plant's anti-inflammatory and hormone-modulating properties. All of the amazing things you hear about yams are mostly derived from these compounds. These underground parts are dense with complex glycosides, making them ideal for tinctures and concentrated extractions. The bulbils, or aerial tubers, are quite different. They tend to have lower diosgenin levels, but higher concentration of flavonoids and alkaloids. These give bulbils strong antioxidant and antimicrobial qualities, which make them particularly interesting for topical or antioxidant-rich preparations. So while the roots and rhizomes are best suited for diosgenin-rich extracts, the bulbils really shine in skincare or nutritional formulas that rely more on flavonoids. Now, why does this matter? Because when you choose which part of the plant you use, you're essentially choosing which pathway of benefits you're activating. If your goal is anti-inflammatory or hormone-related support, you'll want to focus on the root or rhizome. But if you're crafting a skin serum or antioxidant blend, the bulbils might actually be the better choice. Season also plays a big role. The ideal harvest time is right after the leaves die back. That's when the plant pulls its energy and compounds back down into the roots, concentrating diosgenin and saponins for extraction. And speaking of extraction, how you prepare the plant before working with it changes everything. Fresh roots still carry volatile oils and natural enzymes, while dried roots are far more stable and efficient for tinctures or long-term storage. The more finely chopped or grated the root, the better your solvent can penetrate and draw out the active compounds. If you're using alcohol as a solvent, it excels at pulling out the hormonal and anti-inflammatory constituents. Water, on the other hand, captures more of the starches and soothing spasm calming properties. So here's a quick takeaway. For maximum potency and compound extraction, dry and grate your roots finely before making an alcohol tincture. And always harvest after the leaves die back to ensure the richest concentration of active compounds. Now that we've covered where the plant's power lies, let's explore how to actually work with it. Dioscorea can be prepared in several ways, each one revealing a different side of its chemistry and character. Infused oils, you'll start with fresh or dried root, chopped finely or lightly crushed. Infuse it in olive or castor oil for topical applications that soothe cramps or muscle tension. Keep your temperature low, under about 120 degrees Fahrenheit, to preserve the delicate volatile compounds while pulling out those lipid-soluble components. Now, to create decoctions for teas or syrups that are on the go, slice or chop your dried root, then simmer it gently for 30 to 60 minutes. This method releases starches, saponins, and other water-soluble compounds that give a smooth, grounding effect. If you'd rather something subtle, you can steam distilled, fresh grated root to create a hydrosol, a mild aromatic water that captures the plant's gentler, hormonal, and skin-nourishing aspects. Now for topical use, mash fresh or rehydrated dried root in a soft paste and apply it directly to joints, the abdomen, or sore muscles. This works best when the root has softened enough to release its mucilaginous compounds, that soothing gel-like texture that eases inflammation. A sweet and practical option is to combine your decoction with honey to make a syrup that supports digestion or menstrual support. Adding herbs like ginger or cinnamon not only enhances flavor, but that may also boost bioavailability of active compounds. As you can see, Dioscorea yams offer a remarkable range of possibilities, from targeted extracts to versatile preparations, all shaped by the choices you make at each step. Whether you're working with roots or bulbils, fresh or dried, oil or water, the chemistry responds to your intent. Let's wrap up knowing you can confidently apply this knowledge safely in your own practice if you move with awareness. Now, this is just the beginning of a much deeper journey. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to The Pulse. It really helps the channel grow. In the next episode, we'll look at how fermenting and freeze-thawing Dioscorea yams may create more bioavailability with Diosgenin for safer, more effective use. And we'll ask the big question: can traditional processing methods make Dioscorea yams more absorbable and effective? Stay tuned for part 7.2. The Pulse continues.